like monkey. Body sweeter than turkey. Slowly roll it down like toasty. No, they take on far from me. Shorty go down, down for me. Waiting go so far, now money. Girl, nobody solo me. You're too short, enter for me. All over, all over, all over, all over, all over again, yeah. Where you are, no be like so divine. Say you fit the color my pain, yeah. All over, all over, all over, all over, all over again, yeah. So you go there beside me, yeah.
Ìbàdàn nílé Olúyọ̀lé ọmọ àjẹgbíjẹ karahun a máa fi karahun fọ́kọ mu má fọ́. This is your Remedy Radio dial, Solutions 939 FM. Keep listening.
This is Saka, who's maybe played a bigger part than anybody. Odegaard, and it's going to come through towards Martinelli, who will score. And that is for Robertson, who's in on goal and just drags it. Well, he's gone here now, he's away downfield. And the delivery is for Gabriel Jesus. And in the blink of an eye, Arsenal have a second. There's Jones for Liverpool. And Diogo Jota and Henderson, and Salah's arriving and scores. And Liverpool have a lifeline given to them by Mohamed Salah. Well, at the Kop end, with Anfield alive, it's Gakpo with a corner, Van Dijk with jump, and Diogo Jota goes down, and Liverpool get a penalty. Their first spot kick at Anfield in over a year. Salah against Ramsdale, and he's missed it. Well, Salah's going to find Henderson. Looks for support to arrive and come his way. Comes in the shape of Alexander-Arnold, who's nutmegs Zinchenko. Now finds the pass, and the header is by Roberto Firmino, and Liverpool have got their equaliser. Here comes the support, lovely touch. Thiago, Salah. Oh, what a save! Alexander-Arnold with everyone away from him. Nunez! Koutete! Oh, unbelievable! How's that not gone in?
Well, a night that a lot of Arsenal fans will still be biting their fingers, not being able to capitulate and get that needed victory at the Anfield. With that, we welcome you to Extra Time this evening, where we give you extra updates, extra analysis, extra exclusive interviews, and extra stories. My name is Oladapo Kunubi, aka Young Striker 9. We'll also serve you extra bangers, talk about music. Well, on the show this evening, we'll look at stories making rounds the world of football for the next 25 minutes. And, we'll also join our analyst all the way from United States of America, Kolajo Alfred. But let's start from the locus in this evening. Well, it was shared sports in this, here in the city of Ibadan. That was yesterday, where the Shooting Star Sports Club of Ibadan and Remo Stars played a 1-0 draw. And, for Benga Ogumbote and Daniel Ogumbote, the two managers spoke after that game. For Shooting Star Sports Club of Ibadan, Benga Ogumbote, he believes that, they are still trying to get things right. Looking at the back-to-back points that they got, but, the point dropped at the Lagos Alami Stadium, will still be something they will have to think of, but they still have to re-strategize.
Well, I think it's a game we needed to have wrapped up in the first half, and unfortunately we didn't take them. So that's the price for not taking one's chances. But nevertheless, we take the positive from there. We have to keep that to our chest. Well, we are thinking of finishing the season well. You see, if it comes our way, we'll pick it. Just like I have said before now, that our first stanza wasn't pleasant. So we are trying to get it right in the second stanza. And let's see what we can take out of it. So that's what determines our final position. But the important thing is we want to ensure we finish in an appreciable position.
Well, if Shooting Stars is to finish on an appreciable position, meaning they have to do everything necessary to win their games and stop dropping points at home. But talking about the reaction coming from the coach of Ramos Stars, Daniel Ogumo, the day for him, making points in Ibadan. And well, continue that positive run against Shooting Stars as a part of what he loves doing. And well, for Ramos Stars, with that point, they were able to get here in Ibadan. Gave them 22 points, back-to-back drawn games, and they also hope to do more in the subsequent matches.
We knew before the start of the game that it's going to be a very tough match for us. Shouldn't well motivated. They came home with 3 points last time, going away. That's a 3 massive point for them, and they know the consequence of dropping a point in this game. So I know for sure they will come out smoking, and I tried to design a coolant to suppress their foaming flames, and luckily we escaped it. We set a target for ourselves from the beginning of the season to qualify for the Super 6. To do better than what we did last season, and you know what that means. So, and we are still on course for it. We are still on course. He's a senior colleague. It's not my first time of facing him. It's not the first time. It's not the second time. We've been meeting times without number before now. No doubt about it. I learned a lot from him in the game. I saw his approach to the game. I saw his variation during the game, which is good for me, for my growth. And I draw the positive always. I got a point, massive point for me, for the team, and we move on.
Well, moving on, that is coming from Bengal Gubota, a man who knows how to play Shooting Star Sports Club of Ibadan. Still extra time live at your Remedy Radio Dial Solutions 939 FM. In case you're just tuning in, check the time right now. This is 6:38. Ramos Stars is third on the NPFL log with 22 points from 13 matches, winning 6, drawing 4, losing 3, scoring 12 and conceding 11, while Shooting Star Sports Club of Ibadan that will be taking on El Kanemi Warriors on the road in the next fixture. Is placed 7th on the NPFL log with 17 points from 13 games, winning 4, drawing 5 and losing 4. Well, the next game for Ramos Stars is a home game in Ikenne against Bendel Insurance. And let's just keep our fingers crossed to see what happens in that game. But I just hope that security officials will be on ground and there won't be violence in that particular one. Remember, Bendel Insurance yet to lose a game this season. They've won 7, they've drawn 6, and they're yet to lose. They've scored 17 goals and conceded 7, having 27 points. But look at their last 4 games. It has been drawn games. But let's move away from that this evening. Remember, everybody go there last. Despite the points dropped and the points gained. This is Majestic BN.
You got something to say, so come to my base. The last day you won't die on top of my case. Me and you, we don't follow run the same race. I did on my race. She gone, oh God, she gone. Platinum got no time. Got another shorty in mind. Hit up on my homies on time, so we can party tonight.
Well, Majestic BN live. Everybody, good day, alright? We're still extra time live on your Remedy Radio Dial Solutions 939 FM. Moving from Nigeria Professional or Nigeria Premier Football League. Let us talk about Nigeria Super Falcons. They'll be taking on New Zealand tomorrow. And well, for Ashley Pompey, as I said, the Super Falcons are capable of causing a couple of upsets at the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand. The Super Falcons are in Group B alongside Canada, Australia and Republic of Ireland. Rotherham side are currently in Turkey in continuation of their preparation for this year's tournament. Last Friday, remember, they defeated Haiti 2-1 and will take on co-host New Zealand. Well, Promptly has made 9 appearances for the Super Falcons and made a first appearance at the 2022 Women's AFCON in Morocco. Remember, the 2023 FIFA Women's World Cup will be held in Australia and New Zealand from July 20 and August 20. Now, still talking women's football and counting down to the Women's World Cup. Former England captain Steph Houghton has a slim chance of making the Women's World Cup squad, but the door is never closed on potential return. This is coming from coach Sarina Wenam today. Remember that 3 Lionesses of England won the finalissima, beating Brazil on penalty shootout. Well, let's just wait and see who will be coming to the national team. If some players will be dropped, remember USA will be likely miss the services of a key player due to injury. Now let's go straight and talk the Premier League this evening. As the updates we are getting says that the assistant referee who allegedly elbowed Liverpool's Andy Robertson at halftime during the Premier League draw with Arsenal will not be appointed for matches in the future until an investigation is complete. That is according to the referee's body. In widely shared television footage, Robertson approached the official Konstantin Hatzidakis to share his discontent after the halftime whistle. The Scotland international grabbed his arm before the linesman appeared to elbow the defender near his jawline. Well, Robertson was booked by referee Paul Tierney in the aftermath. No action was taken at halftime, and assistants continued to run the line in the second half, with the match ending in a dramatic 2-2 draw. Well, Collins Alfred will be joining me in the next few minutes when we look at that. But let's talk about the UEFA Champions League. Remember, games are back. Well, remember, there is a team that, Pep Guardiola got his first UEFA Champions League trophy. And since winning the UEFA Champions League trophy with that team, he's yet to lay his hand on the European trophy. I'm talking about Barcelona. Well, Barcelona will be in action tonight against Girona by 8 o'clock. But that's the update. But hey, Pep Guardiola is optimistic and is happy that he's back with the team in the UEFA Champions League. And his dream is to lift the UEFA Champions League title. He spoke today and he made no secret of his love of golf and basketball, so it was perhaps no surprise he made comparisons to all-time greats for both sports when asked about his desire to win the Champions League. Guardiola will face former club Bayern when his Manchester City side hosts Bundesliga champions in the quarterfinals of the Champions League tomorrow.
So my ambition is below. So I like to be in the Premier League where we are, in the FA Cup, play the semi-finals, being here again. That is my dream. To live it again, being here in front of you in a Champions League competition. And we want to try like we tried all the time, but that doesn't mean it's going to win. No. Yesterday played a master, Jack Nicklaus. How many masters or how many grand majors have played in his career? How many? In the 30, 40 years as a golfer. 30 years for 4 majors, like it's a Champions League in comparison. How many? 120? 130? How many won? 18. Wow. How many? 18 with 130. He lose more than the win. That is a sport. In football, in golf, in basketball. Michael Jordan, the best athlete for me, basketball football player, won 6 NBA titles. How many years played? 16. He lose more than win. So this game, all games, they are so difficult. The important is to be here and compete well, do our best, knowing that tomorrow at 9 o'clock you have to be perfect to try to get a good result to go to Germany. It's no more than that. I live my profession in that way, and after that I lose. I'm not perfect. I'm not good. I'm not, every time I touch, it will be always, it's going to do. Important is still we are there. Still after winning what we won last season, I said many times, but that is my...
So, Pep Guardiola, that's his dream. Remember, we're live on Facebook, facebook.com/Solutions939FM. Facebook.com/Solutions939FM. The same as YouTube channel, Solutions939FM. Click the like, subscribe button. Now, let's talk about one man who also believes that playing against Pep Guardiola, well, he has played under Guardiola, and it looks like someone who is battle ready for that UEFA Champions League game tomorrow. I'm talking about Müller. Well, he says if you want to play against Manchester City, you must be able to run.
I did not have the feeling that the opponent teams were very happy to play against Pep teams. Okay, you can be successful for sure, you can beat everybody, and City has also very good players, but the style of the Pep teams means a lot of running for the opponent's team. Yesterday I trained very hard with our fitness guru Holger Broich, so maybe I'm good prepared for running. But I think there are teams maybe it makes more fun to play against. But as you mentioned before, in this kind of games this season we were very sharp, we were very good in the performance, we were very good in the results. So we are confident, but we all know, and we played City in the pre-season. We all know when City is on a run, it also means that you have to suffer during the game, maybe more than 5 minutes.
So who's ready to suffer tomorrow in the UEFA Champions League quarter-final games? Let's just quickly take you down to those games going down tomorrow. Benfica will take on Inter Milan in Portugal. Manchester City will be in England at the Etihad taking on Bayern Munich. So who's going to enjoy that game more tomorrow? But hey, sometimes it's about who's getting the point in the bag. Joe Boy, Dofe bag.
Say you want the man we go do you better. Olowo to no dollar. The king mama meta. Sexy jola Charlotte later. I'ma how they feel your style when you break your back for me. Free me, you know easy. This thing plenty, check it easy. Plenty money for my piggy. Make I know where you want see me, baby. They come easy. Plenty, check it easy. Plenty money for my duffel bag. You can know how you want see me, baby. You say you want the man, we go do you better. Oh no, what no dollar. The king bomb better. Sexy jala in later. Come on, they feel your style when you break it down for me. I don't know, baby, can you see? Many baba want joke, you know what it be. They want your bango on the low, but if you ready one move, make a follow go. Anything what you do, mommy, me no go deny you. Baby, no go further, and me no go forward. Make I do you normally, you know what I mean? Yeah. Free me, you know easy. This thing plenty, check it easy. Plenty money for my piggy. Make I know where you want see me, baby. They come easy. This thing plenty, check it easy. Plenty money for my duffel bag.
Okay, so sometimes when you get the points or you get the goals, it's also in the bag. So it depends on the kind of bag. Bit of duffel bag, a bit your knapsack, bit of cross bag. Hey, remember, still extra time live on Remedy Radio, Dial Solutions 939 FM. Brand new song from Joe Boy, duffel bag. Now let's look at some more updates we're getting here. Luka Hernandez was backed in Bayern, training today for the first time since tearing on his anterior cruciate ligament during the World Cup. The versatile defender suffered the injury early on in France's quarter 2022 opener, Qatar 2022 opener against Australia in November. Now he went down clutching his right knee after being turned by Marcel Leke in the build-up to the Socceroos opening goal. But now, let's move away from the UEFA Champions League. Not moving away though, but let's talk about a team that will be having Frank Lampard manage them in the UEFA Champions League. I mean, changing managers back to back. Remember, Thomas Tuchel won the UEFA Champions League title with Chelsea. He got fired. After that, brought in Potter. Not the Potter of music, like Potter, not my name, but Graham Potter got fired, and Frank Lampard is back on the job. But Frank Lampard has backed Chelsea star Raheem Sterling to prove he's still one of the world's best against Real Madrid, and the England forward has struggled since his £47.5 million switch from Manchester City to Stamford Bridge. But now let's talk about Enzo Fernandez, who is confident Chelsea will get better with time as he aims to win anything and everything in England. Argentina World Cup winner Fernandez was the most expensive and several January signings made by the Blues, who paid Benfica a Premier League record £106 million for the midfielder. Yes, you can sign players, but can they do the job? That is the big question. Shout out to Aderion Sadiq Owolabi, Adedejo Ikosola, shout out to you. Shout out to Ogunbi Ade Sharif, Adebayo Timilane live on Facebook, T-Boy. So, well, remember, according to reports, Frank Lampard's contract is till the end of the season with Chelsea. And one of the players in Chelsea, Cesar Azpilicueta, has hinted that a preference of Luis Enrique will be better for the Blues. Well, remember, Potter was dismissed earlier this month, with the Blues turning to ex-manager Frank Lampard on an interim basis through the end of their campaign. Well, Luis Enrique took charge of Spain in July 2018 following their exit from the World Cup in Russia, succeeding Fernando Hierro. Under his leadership, La Roja reached the semi-finals of the Euro 2020 and finished as runners-up in 2021 Nations League final, with Azpilicueta staring in both runs. However, a dismal campaign at the Qatar 2022 World Cup, where his side labored in the group stage before suffering at last 16 exit to Morocco, saw him step down from the position. Okay. We shooting stars fans are saying hello. If you people are good enough, you should have gotten the 3 points at the Lagos Salami Stadium. Next time when we talk about Remo Stars, you people have to sit down. I'm throwing this shade to somebody that is sending message on Facebook. You know yourself, because it's about the time. Check the time right now. This is 6:54 and it is on about the 2:30.
àwa lọmọ tó ń sọ tí ó ṣèké yé orímọ̀ládé gbé mi dé bẹ́ẹ̀ jìgànjìgàn ẹsẹ̀ mi ò délẹ̀ àlàyé mi stop ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ó fẹ́ jẹ́ ń bì mo tún fẹ́ jẹ́ ń bẹ́ẹ̀ ó pọ̀ sẹ̀ àgbáwo fẹ́nu fò fẹ́ sún sẹ́yìn àmọ́ra wa ṣe kẹ́ẹ̀dì àbínibí yàtọ̀ sábìlìtì ẹ sọ fún wọn tó bá tẹ́rìsì wọ́n máa pa lórí ìtẹnukọ́ èmi promise àwọn tẹ fọ́ fún mi torí kò sẹ́lù mi mẹ́ni fẹ́ dàbí mi ẹ̀rí bí ẹ̀kọ́ lọ́rùn tóbi mo dàṣọ ẹbí for my country you can call me Mr. Money. 230 value bóyá ká tọ́nà ilẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀. 230 value bóyá ká tọ́nà ilẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀.
Well, still extra time live on Remedy Radio, Dial Solutions 939 FM here, and we give you all the extra updates and the extra banger. Jayola Lufemi Joseph on Facebook says, already Arsenal, okay, Arsenal has already bottled the EPL, City all the way. Okay, they are on to 30 as clocked, right? Okay, so let us quickly look at another update here before we sign off Roger Smith hopes his Benfica players are ready to rise to the challenge of the Champions League quarterfinal against Inter Milan in a fixture that has historical significance for the two sides. Remember, Inter Milan, they've been struggling in and out in the Italian Serie A. But let us see what can happen. Hi, but the final one here, talking about managerial positions, most especially in England. Leicester City are in negotiations with former Aston Villa Norwich manager John Smith over a short-term deal to try to save the club from relegation. Okay, let us look at Leicester City because it's like their relegation is close by, and we're also getting update that John Terry may be joining John Smith should he get the job in Leicester City. Last 5 games, it has been 4 losses and 1 drawn game. That is for Leicester City, and their next game will be against Manchester. They are playing against Manchester City, so you should try to understand. Everybody has their time, you understand? So this is not the time of Leicester City, but maybe John Smith can help the their stay in the Premier League. I mean, they are 25 points. And should they win their couple of games, I mean, Nottingham Forest is with 27 points, Everton with 27 points, Leeds with 29 points. Things can happen. I'm checking my time right now. Shout out to everybody that has contributed on the show. I have to wrap up. Everybody's time will surely come. This is Igbalode, City Q, D'banj, Timaya, brand new song. I'll be back tomorrow morning on Kickoff Sports Show at 9 o'clock. Also in the evening for extra time. Like what I say, keep doing sports and stay safe.
Boys never carry over. Akakopa mi layo, agba koba. Trench boys, high. Makpa mi na on she kai. Ogbagiri no be my. Mohamed Ali, she lie. Oya sebapo. Ofowo mo sigbale sibapo. Opere bola like she yen action. One wa pina for my phone. I'm strapped with my fofo. Highway like fuck on the popo. Bonnie and Clash, see like the broco. This one a banga jam. Opapo, yeah. Igbalode. I'm the man. And nobody bad like the man. See the cutie Maya and the band. When we come around steady on the man. We don't kid and play, go ask Judas. Where the girl them days.
We'll be back with more hit music after this commercial.
Ramadan Kareem from your Remedy dial.
Allahu Akbar, Allah.